I can't believe I've been doing this for over 6 months and I have never done a video dedicated to this cycle. But I feel like it now, so you're gonna listen. Wait, no, don't you dare even think of scrolling. After all I've done for you, what would your mother think? Exactly. You're gonna watch the video, you're gonna laugh, and you're all gonna have a good time. Or else. What was I saying? Oh, right. The narcissistic cycle of abuse. This is a cycle because it starts at number one, but basically until you go no contact or they die or they get themselves locked up, if you have a narcissistic person in your life, you're going to keep going through this cycle over and over again. Now, technically, they could go work with a therapist and gain self-awareness and all that jazz, but I could also win the lottery. Do you think I should bank on that? Probably not. So the first part of the cycle is idealization, often referred to as love bombing. You may notice some red flags during this, particularly if they keep telling you how you're so much better than the last person they dated, the last creator they followed, the last teacher their kid had, the last customer service person they had, whatever it is. The idealization period feels so good. Like you feel like the best because they're not really paying attention to who you are. They're paying attention to a version of you who they get to feel good about themselves as for being near. You're almost never going to realize someone is a narcissist during this phase because it just feels like, thank goodness, somebody finally noticed how hard I've been trying. They tell you you're funny and that you're charming and handsome, and it's like, yeah, I'm all those things. I mean, the mirrors don't agree with me, but what do mirrors know? The thing is, the narcissist at this point, hate to break it to you, they're not really appreciating the real you. They're appreciating this version of you that they're building in their head. They're putting you on a pedestal. They're telling you that this chicken puppet that you use means that you're a computer genius who could probably build a social network in a few hours. I'm not, and I can't. But the fantasy about you being great and amazing, that's because narcissism comes from a deep place of shame. And no, you cannot make them feel better about this shame. They can work with a trained psychologist to unpack that shit, but you will not save them. You will get lost and destroyed in that big empty void, and you will drown in their shame. There is no method where you heal them, I'm sorry. They have to claw their way out of the shame themselves, and most of the time, they're not strong enough, and they're not willing to admit that, and they're not willing to accept help from someone who actually understands what's wrong with them. The next phase is devaluation. This is where they tell everyone you're in the Epstein files, or they tell everyone that, yeah, you were wonderful yesterday, but now you're a traitor. All the things they praised you for earlier. Now, not only do they know you can't build a social network in a few hours, you are also not a computer genius. You're just a hack. They could do everything you can do, but better if they just weren't so busy. You're not special, you're worthless. In fact, they're going to tell everyone things about you. Oh, yeah, you don't want them to. They might be real, they might be made up. Even if they're real, they're going to be largely made up because you're the enemy and you need to be destroyed. Also, did you hear that you're